Hi there, this is Graham from Graham Crichton Photography. I'm quite excited today. I've got something to show you that I ordered online last week. eBay were running a 20% off sale, so I scratched my head and thought, what do I need that I don't already have? So it got me thinking, and one thing I thought of is something to light weddings better, so that we can speed up our kind of when we're out and about at a wedding. Currently, I already use these, which are, this is a Genesis from Calumet. They go under Godox mostly. These are off-camera flashes, so you need a trigger. Then you wirelessly fire these off. These are really powerful. We use these an awful lot. We've got this particular type here, and we've also got another one in the bag with a grid. We also use them in the studio extensively. They're really good lights, and they come with battery packs, but they take a bit of setting up. So another type of light that we use as well at weddings is one of these. Now these are quite handy. This is an LED panel light. This one just came from China. These are cheap lights, but it's just not a great quality of light. It's not what we're looking for. So we use those as well, but we have them in the bag. So we've got those two, and finally another type of light that we use as well at a wedding is this little tungsten one. It's great as a wee hair light, or just to pick somebody out. They only last about 15 minutes, the batteries, so these again, they're not great, but they do the job. Every light has a different purpose. So today, in the post, straight from China, came this. And this is, if you're familiar with an ice light, the Westcott ice light, this is a cheaper version of the ice light. I just couldn't see, I couldn't get my head around spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds on an LED light, so I thought I'll look and see what else is available. And from my research I came across the Yongnuo, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Yongnuo 360 light Mark II, which has really good reviews. And I thought, we'll try this out. So I used my 20% off on eBay to try this out. So let's unpack it and we'll see what exactly we get inside. I must say, this came rather quick, so it did, from China. This was only ordered just before the new year, about the 30th of December. And they were really good at keeping me informed as well as to the tracking information. So chuck that over there. So it's well packed. There we go. It's looking good. It's got some wrapping on it there to keep it safe. So we'll open this up. Excuse my rather messy way of opening a packet. Okay, so there we go. Well, the box, it hasn't travelled so well, probably, from China. We can see it's a wee bit battered up at the box, but hopefully the unit inside is absolutely fine. So, here we go. Let's see now. What's the box say? Well, it says YN362, so it's the Mark II, which is what we're after. This also says Euro on it, so I'm presuming that means it comes with a European adapter. Now, I'm in the UK, so I'll need to find a wee travel adapter so that we can charge this thing. Hopefully it'll have a little bit of charge in it whenever we open it up. Let's see. So we'll open these tabs. There we go. Try and bend the box back into its light. So inside the box we have got some Chinese information. I think it's a quality control. It says 20th of the 11th, 2017. So I imagine that's a manufacture date. And we also have a QR code with some Chinese on it, and my Chinese or Mandarin is not particularly good. So we'll put those down. Okay, we've got our, and sure enough, European adapter. So our two-pronged European adapter. So I'll need to find a British adapter so that I can plug this into the wall. The advantage of this unit over one of the previous units is, if you're familiar with the Mark I of this particular device, was it had an exterior battery, so you had to use an exterior battery. This one has a built-in battery. That's what appealed to me about this, was something that we can just grab and use quickly without having to faff with batteries or anything like that. Now I am very lucky in that I have an assistant who does this faffing for me, but I just thought, what can we do to make life easier, quicker, so that we can produce shots, especially in the winter, to make things quicker and also just life a little bit easier on her. So the unit itself, we'll take it out of the box now. That's everything in the box. So it comes in a nice carry bag. It looks like good quality. It has a strap, a shoulder strap, to go over your shoulder as well, so that you can carry it. I'm sure you can probably attach this to a bag. It's quite big and quite long, so it's probably not going to fit in most camera bags. But that's really handy that it comes in its own little bag. It keeps it all safe. So we'll open this up. There's a zip, and sure enough, inside now with a little bit of silica, and we have the unit itself. So we'll put the bag down off to one side, and there we are. So it looks like, although the box didn't travel particularly well, it looks like the unit did travel well. That's a good size now, that is. And it feels good. The quality feels good. It feels sturdy. We've a bit of plastic wrap. Is that plastic wrap all the way around? That's a lid. Okay, so there's a bit of a lid there just to keep it safe, I think, in transit. Let's see if we can take this off. There we go. I'll just peel that down. I left a bit of residue. And on the other end there's nothing. So look at the unit then. On one end of the unit there's what looks like a standard tripod mount. So we could mount it to a tripod if we wanted. The real reason I got this is for someone to hold, but I can see the advantage of that, you know, if you want it to be overhead or something like that. This isn't something really I would use in the studio, because we have studio lights, but it is something I'm looking forward to using out and about. So for engagement sessions and for weddings. So on the other end we have our AC in to charge it, and we've also got a little switch for power. Now, oh, there is a bit of juice. There you go. Look at that. Oh, frightening. So there is a bit of juice inside it, which is great because I need to go out and buy a travel adapter. So on the front of the unit, there's slightly diffused LEDs there, you can see. There's quite a lot of them inside. Now I know there's white LEDs and there's colour LEDs as well. So you can change the colour temperature, and we can also change the RGB values. On the back we have what looks like an information display for a level, and then we've got some buttons. So we've got a button that says BAT. So we should probably turn this on and see what these things do. I haven't actually used this before, so okay. It tells us how much batteries level is left. Now I know P9 I think is the most this goes up to, so we've 7. P8, oh, we've gone up, so that's quite good. So it's nearly almost fully charged. We've an RGB button, which will, I think, allow us to change our RGB values, so we can have any colour we like. I know the fine and coarse button, if I turn this dial, I can adjust the brightness. You can probably see it getting brighter there behind me. Now I know if I hit fine and coarse, it will adjust the level, the steps at which it jumps. So there we go. So that makes it much quicker to get to one of the levels there. Much quicker. And then if you want to fine tune it, you just hit that and you can go down. Which takes a while if you do that. And zeroes off. So if we turn it on, the final button here is a 3200K and 5500K, which is the colour temperature. So if I hit that, do I see anything? Oh, there we go. Okay, yes. So I can actually control them completely independently. That's really interesting. I don't know if you can see that there currently is my 3200K lights. If I hit the colour temperature button, you'll notice, well, it's hard to see on the camera, but the other colour temperature LEDs come on. So there are 2 sets of LEDs, both at different colour temperatures, which can come on together, or you can do them completely independently. So if I turn that off and hit the colour temperature button, yeah, there's our warmer our warmer tone there coming on. That's really handy. I didn't realise that from the reviews, but that's really handy. That's a nice warm colour. And then if I turn it back on again, yeah, it's a much cooler. Yeah, that's, I can see on the display here on the camera. That's great. Okay, so we turn that down. Final button is our RGB button. So apparently this will, if you can see here, it will cycle between the colours, so you can see which colour you're on. So if I'm now on red, and if I turn the dial up, the red lights will come on. And turn it down. If I hit it again, there's green, and our green light. And again, you can change the intensity. Can you change the intensity? Apparently you can. Although I don't really. It says you can change the intensity, but oh yeah, you can. But it's flip me. Is that subtle? Yeah. When you change the color mode, it seems to have two sets of LEDs. Hard to see on this, but it seems to have two sets of LEDs. I wonder if I turn it down. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see there the two sets. So rather than all the LEDs light up, and rather than being scattered across it, it's got two rows, unlike the white ones. So two rows of LEDs. So what we can do is, there's green, and then if we add in our blue, and then if we add in our red, yeah, we'll get a white, or a whitish there. That's more of a violet, but yeah, that's great. I can see when that could be handy if you're doing some special effects or something. I could see why that would be. I can see why that'd be useful. You know, like if you wanted to make that look like a nice cold background or something, that could be quite a nice touch. I don't really know if we'd use that in the field now, to be honest. I can't see that as something that we would use in the field, but I could be wrong. It's certainly worth playing with. Yeah, so that's really it. Yeah, I think we'll have some fun with that. It's not too heavy. It's a good weight. It feels solid. From the reviews of the previous model, I'd heard they felt a bit flimsy, a bit bendy. This feels solid. It really does, and it looks quite cool. You know, I'm sure we'll have Grimsman doing the lightsaber thing. But yeah, no, looks good overall. Pleased. It came quickly. It wasn't very expensive. I think £70. I think I paid for this. So that's, you know, I think that's good value. I will let you know how we get on. Hopefully we'll post some pictures then when we get a chance to use this at some forthcoming weddings. We will let you see how we get on. So thanks very much for watching this video. This is my first unboxing video. So please do leave comments and description below. I'm sure that I have probably overtalked as well, but thank you very much, and hopefully you'll be hearing from us again soon. So thanks very much.